But if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if!
Well, I suppose I'd better explain.
Okay, apparently she has a teacher mode, too.
For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes.
So you designate yourself to that
The
role.
so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties.
Why?
Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family, leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life.
I wondered, though, does that mean that Mukuro's memories were stolen as well? I doubt it because of her reaction to when she got killed. So she probably did have her memories. She was probably just meant to keep us, our want to get out alive, which is why she kept stressing that we needed to get out over and over again.
I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been
if that was
useless
the
to me
case,
that
then
way.
she was like, a little bit too obvious with it.
Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem.
What was the problem?
She had what I call the three atrocities. Atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive.
Oh, okay.
It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society.
Yeah, I guess I can see that because the way you speak is a lot different from the way she was talking to us.
Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause.
I mean, you guys were separated for a while she was in Fenrir and fighting and everything, so she probably didn't know your personality very well.
She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra, unworthy of lines.
Wow, ouch.
Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away.
I mean, the only reason why I accepted it is because Celeste kept saying it.
Which is precisely why I killed her. To meet everyone's expectations.
Well, and also to uphold your rules, too, right?
Can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
Oh, okay. That's... Wow, you really are an awful person,
I've
aren't
never
you?
been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know?
Also, I just wanted to point out that, yes, I mentioned before that Monokuma is my favorite character in these games. Which you think by default would make Junko my favorite character since she was controlling Monokuma, but as you can see, personality is completely different, so no. I consider them to be two different characters, so Monokuma is still my number one.
If I
don't know
planned
where I would
everything
rank
out and
Junko,
knew
though.
just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring. So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal.
Yeah.
Just as I suspected.
Wait, you suspected?
When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
Yeah, she did seem very surprised. What? Huh? This wasn't supposed to... Why, me?
So, you figured it out?
That's why she said that.
Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
Not to mess with Monokuma, was that the lesson?
How can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister! How does that not even bother you?
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar?
Well, Makoto does have a little sister, so I guess he would be peeved by this.
Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary.
Misunderstanding.
We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. Nope. I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all.
Ooh, wow.
When I was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill.
Seemed like a big deal to Mukuro.
We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret.
I bet Mukuro regretted agreeing to help you with this plan if she knew that she was gonna die.
So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it? That's not true at all.
Oh, it's not.
We were twins. How could I not be sad?
Were you sad? And why do you have mushrooms in your hair?
That's why it gets me so excited.
Excited? What?
Killing my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that. Super, 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 super,
Okay,
super,
we get
super,
it.
super, 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 super despair. It just feels so good.
This is very weird.
What the hell is wrong with you?
And my sister, too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Like,
Yeah.
Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts!
Yeah, at least Genocide Jill has, some restraint.
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right?
I'm pretty sure Genocide Jill could kill whoever she wanted to. She just chooses not to.
So, I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No,
No. I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
I agree with Bianca.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Cause on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood. Don't you mean had that noble blood?
Had.
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow! You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
I like the fact that she's holding a Monokuma robot.
Are you talking
Assuming
about
that's
our
a
memories?
Monokuma robot and not a plushie.
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer, so how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating.
Damn straight! That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries. And then, we'll have our victory!
I can't wait!
Alright, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews, it must mean I got it! It must have something to do with our entrance exams.
No.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All
What
the
hint?
memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you
Few other
recall?
things. Thinking back to what Monokuma's told us, the memories that were stolen from us, what they must be related to, the motives Monokuma came up with. It's the only thing that makes sense.
I got it! You're talking about the motives you provided to
Oh,
try
yeah.
and get us to kill each other,
Monokuma
right?
mentioned the original motive, so I guess we have to go through this.
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners.
I bet you're not actually sorry.
So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
Yes, I did notice.
Theme?
Yes.
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
Theme for the motive Monokuma gave us for the first murder. Monokuma gave us those DVDs. My DVD was footage of my family. Excuse me. On Sayaka's was her friends and family. Was her and her friends. They had a dream they all shared. So for the first murder, the motive given were human connections.
I got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those
I wonder what
DVDs
was
I
on
gave you
everyone
guys?
else's DVDs.
Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your family. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill.
Which Sayaka followed very nicely.
But still, what a cruel thing to do.
Yeah,
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay! Time for the next question! So, what was the theme for the second motive?
Second motive, the motive theme was... That was when we got those weird envelopes from Monokuma, so it was secrets and embarrassing memories. I mentioned how I used to wet the bed, so the theme that time was... the past.
I got it! It was our past, right?
Yeah, things you didn't want people to know.
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time,
Only
the
because I'm
theme
the only one
was...
answering anything.
Embarrassing memories and secrets! Yeah! And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
Right.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question.
See, Byakuya has a very short patience right now, especially since he wants to know what she meant by he had noble blood.
So, what was the motive for the third murder?
The theme for the third murder was, the reason Celeste turned to murder was, she wanted to buy a European castle and live there with a bunch of handsome men, which was still the stupidest reason I've ever heard to kill someone, but whatever. So that time the motive for murder was greed.
I got it! It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again! Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain.
Yep,
Her
so
greed
she's
led to all
ultra selfish.
kinds of death and destruction.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go.
Say that to me.
Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
So it was betrayal, right? The motive in the case of Sakura's death was, what was it that made Sakura decide to kill herself? It had to do with Monokuma exposing Sakura's secret, so the theme of the motive in the fourth case was betrayal, because Hina also betrayed us by trying to get us all killed.
I got it! In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see, once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly.
Yep.
How painfully delightful.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
Relationships? Secrets? Money? Betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
Yeah.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world. In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth.
It's a lot of reasons to kill.
They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment.
So you nourish it with more despair?
And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope.
Right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
How so?
How so?
I guess I just shouldn't talk anymore, because every single time I open my mouth to say something, one of the characters says it.
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope. Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
Because if you still had your memories, you wouldn't have wanted to leave, and the killing game would never have started.
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway!
That's not entirely true.
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right? The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place.
Exactly.
That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
I'm still wondering how you did it.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
It's exactly what she just said.
Correctamundo!
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to
Have
leave?
you guys not been paying attention?
A most troubling thought, isn't it?
I mean, you agreed to the headmaster to stay here, so...
But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint.
What is that a reference to? Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you. It sounds like an advertisement for something, or it's a game show reference.
Huh? Really? Then hurry up and tell us. Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing. I'd like for you to see the outside world.
Wait, for real? The outside world.
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see what's out there?
Anytime Monokuma has said, so now you're interested in what I have to say, something bad always happens afterwards.
I wanna see too. See your faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame! Behold, the world beyond the school walls! This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
So, what happened? Huh? So, famous monument's been replaced with Monokuma's face. Okay, wow. What am I looking at? So Monokuma took over the world? Is that what I'm supposed to gather from this? Yeah, I'm speechless too, Makoto.
What the?
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense!
It really does.
What am I looking at?
This is a scene from a movie or something, right?
What you just saw, all of you should recognize it.
Yeah, emphasis on should, but you took our memory, so explain yourself. We should recognize it. What about it should we recognize? This whole thing is insane.
That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
I guess we have had like snippets of us remembering things, so maybe if we will ourselves hard enough, we'll just forget or overcome our amnesia, I guess.
Better kick your brain in the ass, because it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die.
I don't know why.
Ain't a fucking excuse no more, because now it's time for the final class trial.
Oh, we're just starting now? Okay. Now the real battle has begun. Inside Jack's memory, photo. I'm guessing I need Genocide Jack's memory, because
Come
we're talking
on,
about
bitches!
memories.
Remember or die! What the fuck happened outside?
You want
I don't
us
know
to
why,
remember
Professor,
or
it's just
whatever,
making me
but
laugh.
when it comes to that crazy, confusing video you showed us, I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering? If nobody can remember anything.
That's not true.
No, that's wrong.
Because remember, their memories aren't linked, so only Toko's
Actually,
memories were stolen.
she might remember.
Who might remember?
The other Toko. Genocide Jack.
Yes,
The two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right?
right.
I see. If their memories are separate, then even if one personality's forgotten, there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
Right.
What do you say, Toko?
Which, I mean, now that I think about it, why didn't Genocide Jack mention anything about the interviews and us agreeing to stay in the school? Would have, you know, spared us a lot of heartache here.
Are you telling me to swap places with her?
Yes.
No! Absolutely not! That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity!
It's not like you can't come back, Toko.
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on now.
There it goes.
Dun, 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 dun! It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer! Boy, she just gave in like it was nothing.
Because Byakuya told her to.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately. Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
The one on the monitor,
The video
obviously.
that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Genocide Jack's just not even mad.
That's enough! Just look at the stupid screen!
Aye, aye, Roger, you got it, Captain.
I still really don't understand what we're looking at. Just that chaos is broken out.
Well, does it look familiar?
I don't have all the details, but... Of course it does!
Then you remember all the stuff it's showing?
Of course I do!
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
Then why didn't you say something earlier? I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know?
Uh-huh, sure.
Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
The tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember with a kiss.
Oh god.
Just answer the question! What happened out there?
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening. But it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
We've heard those words before, haven't we? And they don't really have any meaning without context.
Why is that phrase coming up now?
Because it's all because of that event.
Which event?
What is? Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
I can't tell if the game is being vague because our characters aren't supposed to remember the way that the world is now, or if the writers of this just don't really have an explanation for what those images were that we saw. I don't know. Everything just feels really flimsy right now.
Is now?
The world's been destroyed, get it?
Destroyed?
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know.
Copy that, darling. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it.
Wow.
I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster. Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. And as a
Again, that
result,
doesn't
in
mean
basically
anything.
no time flat, the world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
Wow. The vagaries are strong right now.
That's all there is to it? Come on! There wasn't a single concrete description in there!
Exactly.
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Moreau saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
Because we were robbed of our memory.
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations! To die! To die! This is the true tragedy!
Okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrel.
Lover's quarrel.
Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words, the world has ended. That's the important thing.
How can the world just end? It's the world!
Calm down. It's okay. There is no need to panic.
I don't trust you when you
Every
say
living
that.
person will be dead in 100 years anyway. So the world ending isn't that big a deal.
Like, it would have ended naturally in 100 years, or because of the tragedy, it will end in 100 years.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you.
About what?
It's the story of the Togami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning.
What? What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
Hey! So, what do you think happened to the Togami family?
Oh, all the answers are the same. Okay.
Correct. Well done, peasant.
But I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it.
Oh.
Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
Or lazy. You could think of it that way, too.
But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think I might be sick?
Yes, very.
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Togami name has perished.
Can I kind of say I'm not surprised, because if they're all as uppity as Byakuya is, they probably were like, oh, this natural worldwide disaster won't affect us. We're Togamis. We can survive through anything. There's no need to get advanced protection or anything.
Stop with these idiotic jokes!
Stop! And said with such authority. A peasant would dare challenge us? The avatar of divine punishment?
Wow.
You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny.
They couldn't possibly be gone! The Togami family is destined to guide the world!
There is no world, though.
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago.
Hold on! That doesn't make any sense!
Why doesn't it make sense?
I don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago!
Oh.
I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago!
Wait, it's been a few weeks since the start of this game? Doesn't feel like it. I mean,
If
in
some
game
kind of
playing
world-ending
real-time,
event
not
happened a
in
year
course
ago,
of how long I've been doing this series on my channel.
then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Ooh, have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Mistaken?
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
But nope, that's not the
Well,
case.
yeah. I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
I know you guys are stressed out over what's going on, but come on, you guys. We were told our school memories were stolen. Obviously, it was our school memories.
A few weeks ago? Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
Wow, okay, so it's been 2 years.
2 years ago?
So,
Well, I mean,
wow.
you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
Oh, so you were sophomores then. 2 years ago, what is that?
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And the truth is, everything
Sorry,
is
just
cause
checking
and
the
effect.
time.
Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God. So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right? What are the memories I took from you?
Come now, answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul.
School memories.
How are we supposed to answer?
I'll do it.
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
You never know what's going on, Hero. Still, we have to answer somehow. If we don't, everything ends right here. The memories that were stolen from us, what Junko says... If what Junko says is true, if we first came here 2 years ago, but the rest of us only remember getting here within the last few weeks or so, the memories she took from us were our life at Hope's Peak.
I got it! If we accept that what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
That's a lot of time to lose.
Nope. Nope. No. No. I mean, no matter what anyone says.
I hear deep in denial.
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
Why did the health damage sound play just now?
Seriously? This routine again?
Oh, I guess because everybody's losing their mind. Okay.
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy. And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life. That's not possible!
It does seem impossible. I want to think that too. I don't want to believe it, but that's nothing but our desire. I don't want to believe it. I want it to be impossible. But if it's the truth, then we have to accept it. Here we go. I'm guessing this is where Hero's notebook comes into play. Yep. Locker notebook.
2 years worth of memories.
Yeah.
I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single
Not
class!
true.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, you definitely have gone to class. You took very beautiful notes.
Hero, there's something I'd like you to take a look
Because
at.
his handwriting is pristine.
This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why is my name written on it?
Because it's yours.
I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
Sure you haven't.
Wuzza, is something wrong?
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that. This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt! But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing!
Of course you don't
No.
remember it.
No way!
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak. But somehow, you forgot all about it.
But somehow when it comes to the memories thing is really bugging me. Like, how was this done? I want to know how.
Lies!
But
It's
the
a
game
one
won't
big
tell me.
lie!
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
Okay, so the pocketbook is
And
used.
whose pocketbook is that?
It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hiro, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
Yep.
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Also, assuming that Toko and Byakuya's relationship thing happened during those 2 years, does that mean for 2 years Byakuya put up with Toko and Genocide Jill following him around and fawning over him?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery's
Swinging,
solved,
not
but it's like a
flying.
goddamn funeral in here! Shit, man! I've never been to a funeral! Hell yes!
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right?
Yep, friendships you took
And
away.
on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago.
So halfway through us being students there, the tragedy hit.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Actually, never mind. I'm bored.
Of course she
Explaining
got
stuff
bored.
is boring.
What?
Wow.
We are bored of this world. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out. This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves! I'm sick of expositioning all this shit!
Yeah, I guess we have to play the game
Figure
now.
out what?
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
Okay, that's highlighted because Kyoko mentioned that she felt herself come apart when we first woke up. So, yeah, she's talking about the moment where we must have lost our memories. Yeah, I can only think of one time, just after I set foot in the main hall, and that was when we fainted.
I got it! The moment I lost my memories. I can't think of any time other than that day.
Yep. This is when our memories were pulled.
When I first came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall.
Oh, it makes sense that our memories would cut off there because the main hall is where we were supposed to meet everyone. So of course they would pull our memories of right before we were supposed to meet everyone. But we still ended up in the main hall anyway, when we woke up in the desolate version of Hope's Peak. So we still met everyone, we just thought it was the first time.
When I
no, it was the
passed
second
out,
time.
I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh?
Well, I am the protagonist.
So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right?
Yeah.
And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
Yes.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk. I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
Yep.
You got it, honey! 2 years of memories? Poof! Gone! Which means, of course,
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time.
Wow.
Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other, but
By that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school.
Yep, we were great friends.
That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep. All of the photos.
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together. And then you started killing each other.
Because of you.
And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated.
Also because of you.
What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
You're the one who set things up to be like this!
I love you all so much.
No, you don't.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural that I would fall in love.
Creepy.
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it.
Okay.
All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind.
Ultimate despair, all mankind.
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay?
Okay.
Back to when everyone first came to this school.
Yep.
School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst.
Of course you would hate it.
Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity.
Wow.
The biggest,
What
most
started
awful,
it, though?
most tragic event in human history.
That's what I
The
wanna
tragedy. All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
know. Oh. Whoa.
What are you?
She's a monster.
What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history. And the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon.
I suppose I can agree with that to some extent.
Everyone is capable of it. And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
Ah, okay.
I just
see
don't
what this is
understand
building up
why.
to.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Okay, so let's get back to the story. Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors.
How though?
The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
Does that mean the 16 of us were made up that whole entire class? It's a pretty small class.
And then, something super neat happened.
What?
Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once.
Okay, I'm listening.
So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter.
Oh.
That's right. It was transformed into a shelter. Ah, I said it twice.
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know who that might have been?
I do. One who turned Hope's Peak Academy into a shelter and isolated us here was the headmaster.
I got it! Could only have
Kyoko's
been
father.
the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us.
Yep.
To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside.
Yeah. Like Kyoko said, he wasn't the best detective,
That's why he
so
asked
he
us
didn't
to
pick
make
up on
that
the fact that
promise.
Junko and Mukuro were the ultimate despair and trapped us inside here with them.
To say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes.
Or at least until, the death and destruction outside had stopped. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. Wow, so the headmaster actually had good intentions by trying to convert the school into a shelter, but like Kyoko said, he wasn't the best detective. He was slowly piecing the stuff together, but he pieced it together a little bit too slowly, and now we were thrust into this killing game. It's not his fault, though. I'm not going to blame him for that. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like. Also be sure to like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter, as well as support my Patreon. All 3 links will be in the description below. And subscribe for more. And if you are subscribed or a new subscriber right now, be sure to hit that bell icon to get notified when I upload videos. This is Viola Rules, signing off. Talk to you later.